So you have a startup and you don't want to pay taxes. I got you. Watch the rest of this video and I'll let you know how. So sometimes when you own a business, you've just kind of registered a business, maybe you've forgotten about it for about a year or whatever, and now you don't know if you're supposed to submit tax returns. And a lot of times you don't want to submit tax returns because then you think, now I have to pay taxes, but this business has literally not even made money. I'm here to tell you that you do not need to pay taxes, but you do need to submit those returns. Every single company that is registered, whether you've made money, whether you've traded, whether you've forgotten about it or you're not serious about it, needs to submit 3 returns 2 times a year. Now, your returns are going to be submitted on the anniversary of your financial year. That financial year is going to appear on your company document. This is going to happen twice on the actual month of your financial year end. So for instance, if it's in February, you're going to have to submit 2 returns on February by 28th of February every single year. Those 2 returns are your annual returns, your ITR 12, and then you're also going to have to submit your provisional tax returns, which are called IRP 6s. These returns are just submissions. They're just to tell SARS that, hey, actually I didn't make money. It's a declaration of the tax activities that happened that year. Whether something happened or nothing happened, you still need to inform SARS that this was the activity of this business for this period. You're now going to have to submit the other return or the 3rd return 6 months after your financial year end. So we're using the same example of February. If your financial year end is February, you're going to need to submit another return in August. March, April, May, June, July, August. So you're going to have to submit your return by the 31st of August every single year. It won't change as long as your financial year end stays the same. This IRP 6 return is very important. A lot of IRP 6 returns are due just as I'm speaking this month in August, and you will incur penalties even if it means that you didn't make money. If you fail to submit, you will incur penalties based on the fact that you just didn't submit. So that's how you don't pay taxes if you haven't made money as a startup. Now, if you have made money as a startup or you have traded as a startup and you have a registered company with CIPC, you will need to do financial statements. These financial statements can be done by an accountant. They need to sign it off with their relevant credentials, and they will use and apply different laws, tax laws, and also accounting standards to the financial statements in order for you to then submit. And in most cases, like we do when it comes to our clients, we submit the financial statements on behalf of our client. And so what we do is we collect the information, the financial information from our clients. We compile the financial statements. Doesn't take long, can take a minimum of 1 day, maximum of 7 days. And then we take that, fill out the forms on SARS, and submit the financial statements. Financial statements need to be submitted once a year on the anniversary of your financial year, and that would be by the 28th of February every single year in our example of February. Financial statements do not need to be submitted for provisional tax. The reason is that provisional tax is an estimate. It is not an actual calculation. What we try to do and what we do for our clients is that we calculate for the period of 6 months for the year the actual goings on of the company. So every single month, the income, expenditure, the loss, or the income, the expenditure, and the profit, and that accumulates a certain type of profit to date. So as per August now, what is our profit sitting at? And then we apply the relevant tax rates to get the tax amount. We take that and we say to the client, hey, please pay this over. Are you happy with this amount? They say they're happy with it, and then we send them the payment details. It's very important that you do that because you will incur penalties again if the tax amount that is actually incurred when it comes February differs by the estimated tax amount that you put in your IRP 6 in August by more than a certain percentage. And so SARS will say, look, we're going to charge you a penalty because you just didn't estimate accurately and you were avoiding paying taxes. But again, it is an estimate, so you do not need to get too hung up around whether or not you're getting it wrong or right. You can always go back as well and correct your IRP6 return. So I do hope that helps you understand, as a bare minimum for any company, that these are the tax obligations that you have. 3 returns 2 times a year, whether or not you make money, whether or not you even remember you have a company, and you will incur penalties if you do not do the submissions. And those submissions need to be done even if you've forgotten about them. 3-4 years, you need to catch up on those returns because they're compounding and accumulating interest over the years. I do hope this helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a shout. We can do the submissions for you. We also have calculations or templates that help you capture your income and expenditure monthly, and then we'll give you your tax amount or your IRP6 amount that you can then submit. As always, if you have questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll answer them with a video. You can email me, you can reach out to me in any way, shape or form. Follow us on social media and share this with your friends.